starting the recording. This is the quick agenda. We'll see how long this takes. It is 9:15 or 04:15. Here we go. So the first thing you do, how to use the UI. Okay, so the UI of EFT is really easy. We've got our search bar up here, and then all of the information will appear on the thingy. So let's look at how the search bar works. So if we type in energize, my computer will lag out, but there we go. As you can see, there's a ton of shit down here. Now, let's say we're looking for an enam. So energized adaptive nanomembrane. So energized space AD, suddenly boom, we've got all the enams in the game. Now, you may be saying to yourself, wait a minute, that's only meta in Tech 2. Well, if you look at the very bottom here, we've got our faction tab, our dead space tab, and our officer tab. So we will just go back to Tech 1 and 2. Now you'll notice the way that they are ordered. So there's by name. You can order by this CPU requirements, or you can order by power grid requirements. However, if you order it in such a way, you notice what I did there? I clicked it once and it's ordering by name. But I clicked it again and it's not ordering by name. It's ordering by name, it's ordering by meta level here. And you can tell this is because we've got our basic up here, we've got our number 1 here, and then it goes, you know, meta 2, meta 3, meta 4, or pardon me, meta 0, meta 1, 2, 3, 4, up, all the way up to the prototype, and then we have our enam Mark 2, or Tech 2 here. So we've got our Tech 2 fucking enam. So this is how the search works. It's super easy. You can search for ships by going through the ship browser. So if it's like, what do I want to fly? I want to fly a frigate. And then it's like, okay, let's do the frigates. And it's like, oh, what frigates are there? And you can see them all here. Or if you know exactly what you want to fly, like an Oracle, you can just search it. Simple as that. So you can search pretty much anything here. So let's do like, what's a hard wearing? Someone give me a hard wearing. Like an icon, hard wearing icon.
EG, or fuck, I don't remember what it is.
Boom, there you go. EG something or rather. Show implant info. This implant is EG601. You know, here's all the things it does. Well, what you can do is, let's pretend we've got our Tengu open, for example. I've got my booster Tengu open. Boosters implants. So, as you can see, I've got a mind link in here. So I could like throw the power grid or some shit on here. And this is where things will affect your stuff, but I'll talk a little bit more about this later. First, let's look at the ship here. Actually, let's look at something better, like a crucifier. So here we've got a standard crucifier. We have a TD crucifier here. So this is all about the tracking disruptors. This is all we care about. You'll notice some information here. We've got low slots at the top, medium slots here, and then high slots at the bottom with the rig slots at the bottom. So let's actually go new setup 1. So low slot, medium slot, high slot, etc. So let's just quickly throw some modules on here.
It sounds like you're in the hull of like a boat.
Sounds like I'm in the hull of a boat.
Yeah. Really echoey and sounds like the stuff is banging around.
Okay, stuff is banging around. That's the dog upstairs.
Oh.
The dog's got a little bit of the crazies right now, so sorry about that. Try to ignore it.
It's just instantly the first thing that popped into my head for some reason.
So let's pretend that you don't know the name of something. Like, for example, target painter. Tracking disruptor doesn't work because the metaphor has tracking disruptor in the name. So let's look at, what's the metaphor fucking target painter? Well, you search target painter, And it's like, oh, it's only coming up with these two because CCP has decided that the target painters need to be named awesomely. So what you do is you right-click this and you go Open Market Group. Suddenly, all of the target painters are here, and we can see the metaphor one is this one. Easy as that. Except this is a TD ship, so we're going back to Dragons. What other bonuses does this ship have? Let's see, 7.5 bonus to tracking disruptor effectiveness and optimal range. Okay, well, let's fucking make them track and disrupt even further. How do we do that? Let's find some rigs. Now, let's pretend you don't know the name of the rig. So we go to ship mods, because that's what rigs are. And then we go to small rigs, because that's what we're doing. Now, electronic superiority rigs is where, like, the E-War rigs and shit go. So, targeting system subcontrollers. I don't know what it does. Let's see what it does. Scan resolution, plus 20%. Nope, not the one. Targeting something or other, something or other. Optimal fall-off tracking. Oh, designed to increase the effectiveness of fitting tracking disruptors at the expense of shields. That's the one we want. Oh shit, which one was that? Am I silly? Designed to increase the effectiveness. There we go. So it is the one. Alright, so we've got our tracking disruptors. Except we've got kind of the stacking penalty of the 3 here, so I'll take one of them off. And I'll find something that's better to put on there. What does this one do?
Now you're out of calibration.
Which one?
You're out of the rig, whatever.
Oh, calibration. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's nasty. What the fuck? Calibration? Really? 200? Really? The fuck? Okay, what's the other one? Signal focusing kit. What do you do? Duration, minus 15%. Designed to increase the scan speed of modules which require fuck you. Okay. Dispersion projector. I'm pretty sure that's E-War. That is E-War. Notice our optimal range of our tracking disruptors here has gone from 50 something or rather to 63. 53 to 63. There we go. So we've got one that makes it more effective and then two to increase the range. So now our little crucifier can be booping out to 74 plus 24. But this is all without skills. Notice how this says without skills. So let's go all level 5 skills, and you will suddenly see that, holy fuck, this goes out to 152k optimal. Are you kidding me? Well, there's a problem with this, naturally, considering our targeting range is only 80k, as you can see over here on the right-hand side. So we would have to kill one of these bad boys, and we have to put one of these on.
I think you're looking for a sensor booster there, bud.
I am looking for a sense booster, thanks. So now I can target out to 128, but my optimal is still 152. Not really worth that rig, so let's take that rig off. Down to 130.
Yeah, couldn't somebody extend? I forget the one I'm talking about, where they can extend your range too, and then you can hit the
Remote Seabowing.
Remote Seabowing, not worth it. But when I talk about projected effects, we'll talk about that, and it'll be worth it. So this little fucker is all level 5 skills. We can hit out 230. We've got 128k locking range, 675 scan risk, so that's pretty high. We've got mobility of fucking 3,700, and we're cap stable. This is just ridiculous. So let's make it a little bit more ridiculous. Let's put a let's put one of these on. So now we're going to go a little bit faster. We're going to 38, but we're also going to be more agile. So that's dope. And yeah, this thing's pretty nasty. Little, like a noob can get into this stuff. Let's do lowbrow skills. Lowbrow skills last 8 minutes. So bursting the MWD, you're cap stable. Look at that. MWD off, you're at stable at 79% over here on the side. So talking about the UI here, we've got our defense here at the top. So we've got our shields, 282 total value, 475 total value on the armor, and 350 total value on the hull for a total effective hit points of 2,147. We've got a passive defense of 2 shields recharging. We've got a capacitor recharge rate of 5.6 and with everything turned on, a capacitor usage rate of 5.7, hence the cap instability. Targeting range, you got your firepower, which is nothing right now because we haven't put any drones in. Let's put some drones in. So I just click this a bunch of times and you'll see that now we've got some firepower, we've got some volley damage, and we've got some DPS. Where are my drones? Well, they're at the very bottom in bays. Open the drone bay, here's the drone bay. We have one too many because that's how we do it, so deactivate one drone. Boom. Now we are on par with what it actually is, 43, etc. Any questions at this point? Just type it in TeamSpeak if you got a question. Cool, so this is the super simple setup. There was no questions, by the way, recording. We've got our turret hardpoints, missile hardpoints, we've got our rig calibration points here, how many we've got our fitting up here. Obviously, you know, without skills you can see fitting's terrible, all level 5s you can see fittings are much better. So let's talk about APIs. So let's go view character editor. So we've opened up a character editor, and I only have low bros and turgid in here, so let's put another one in here. So I go create new character, and this new character's name is alt number 1. So alt number 1 is now created, but alt number 1 has 0 skills. So if I go to alt number 1, you'll see all of the things are fucking broken again. Well, how do we fix this? Well, we can do it the hard way, and by hard way I mean the specific way for a specific reason. You can open shit up and you can be like, hey, I want this at level blah blah blah. Or you can do it the easy way and let's import some shit. So we need an API key and we need an API verification code. So to do this, you click the bottom link and it's going to open my browser on a different window because I'm smart like that, and I'm going to log in. Oh, fuck. I sneezed super bad just now. Okay, so it's going to create the predefined, and this is what it looks like. Predefined character sheet. You come up here and you go EFT, and you click the no expiry, and then you go to the bottom and you hit submit. Now, once you've hit submit, you collect the key ID and oh, I can delete that. I'm not in that alliance anymore. Okay, so you get the key ID and the verification code. So key ID and the verification code. Haha, yeah, Now, once you hit the next button, a screen will pop up that says Step 2, choose the characters to load skills from. So I'm going to select that character, and at the very bottom, there will be an option that says Save key ID and verification code for this character. I'm going to check that box, and I'm going to import. Now, alt number 1 has all of the skills imported. You can see in targeting, I've got my targeting information's filled out. Spaceship command, all of this information is now filled out. So you'll see alt number 1 actually can't use something here. What is it? Okay, so electronic superiority rigging this character does not have, so these two mods right here are creating this red bar. So if we go to, say, this guy, you can see it's all green. And if we go to alt number 1, and let's open this market group and take these off, you'll see, ta-da, it goes green. So that's how you can tell if you can fly the thing or not. In this particular instance, it was rigs, so you can still fly it, but the rigs will give you a worse penalty than previously because CCP changed that shit. I don't remember what those fucking rigs were. I think that's one and that's the other. Is that it? That looks like it. Looks like it? Yeah.
You can also scroll all the way down to recently used.
Where's that?
At the bottom, at the module list, very bottom.
Ah, okay, yes. So recently used down here. That's awesome as fuck. That's actually a fairly new feature to me, at any rate, because I never use that because I'm silly and refuse to learn and or have terrible memory. Anyways, thank you, Frank, for that. That's really good. Favorites? What are my favorites? Nothing's my favorite. Fleet assist modules. That's down here. That's cool. It's really easy to just search for link, though. Or if you're wanting info links, you can do the thing. So speaking of links, where's my outline? Cool. I talked about importing character, talked about saving the API. Let's pretend that your alt number 1, its skills are out of date, and you need to update it. So you click, you go to, you navigate to the character you want to update, and you click the import key, and this import icon, the first time I clicked it, I didn't have character information saved and API saved, so it brought up a different dialog. Because I have it saved on this one, it says, blah, 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 do you want to reuse them? And you just hit yes. And hit yes, and poof, everything's updated. So that's how you update your characters. It's super easy. So that's saving, so using projected effects and hardwirings. So let's pretend that I want to go slightly faster because 3844 is not fast enough. And I want to put a Zors on. Boom, now I'm going to 4,000 meters a second because I added a Zors custom navigation hyperlink. See? See my speed? It is being modified by this here's hardwiring. Super cool, super easy. Adding them in is as simple as double-clicking. Taking them off is as simple as double-clicking. The one thing I forgot to tell you is left-click is on and off, right-click is overheat. Okay? So X is off, that's on, that's overheat. And when you overheat shit, it says over here the percentage. So this isn't actually if you overheat this, it will last for 4 minutes and 20 seconds. This is an averaging of the your skills and basically the dice roll that it's calculating on how long it thinks your module is going to last. And again, due to proximity, the module's beside it as well. So what this is saying is that when this thing dies in 4 minutes and 20 seconds of overheating, this module up here will be at 25.2% damage on it. And that's what it says. I wouldn't bet my ship on these numbers. They're fairly accurate. And they also don't take certain things into consideration. Like if you put an ancillary rep on it, for example, it will say, oh, you can overload this for fucking 40 minutes. Well, what it's not taking into consideration or telling you is that that module can cycle 8 times and then it has to reload. And so in that reload period, it's cooling down, and then the assumption is that you re-overload it and overload it straight through its thing and the heat goes back up. So you just got to know about stuff like that. And if you're ever curious about it, you can just, show module info, you can show charge info, and just do the research, and you do that in game as well. One sec. Okay, so projected effects. Tengu. I've got my Tengu here. This is a Link's Tengu. I've got 5 links on here. I've got a Caldari Navy Warfare Mind Link, which boosts the Siege Warfare, and Info Warfare. So I've got Shield Warfare and Info Warfare modules on here. And this is going to affect the thingy. I can't turn that on because I don't have enough shit. Let's do all of the skills. So as you can see, this is a little bit of a tight fitting. Oh my god, every time I hit my fucking talk button, it flips to my other window that's open. So let's move my mouse off screen. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, it's 784 out of 787 fitting, fairly close. This isn't a fitting I'd actually use, but it's a similar fitting. This is what's called a hard-to-probe Tengu. It used to be called an unprobable Tengu, but CCP fixed that broken bullshit in this game. So now it would take a high-skilled player to be able to probe this guy down, but you could do it. And you can tell that because the sensor strength over here is higher than the signature radius, which means it's harder to probe down. So yeah, these things here. Siege Warfare Link, active shielding, so that's going to change the shield stuff. And the shield harmonizing, that's also going to change shield stuff. Electronic superiority and sensor integrity. I believe this one is going to make my shit stronger on my Crucifier, and sensor integrity is what I can do. It's going to make me harder to jam is what it's going to do. Okay. What's this one? Recon operation. What does that do? Optimal. Okay, so it makes me lock longer. So I actually want that one. I'm going to take this shit off and turn that one on. Okay, so how do I apply this information, this boosting ship, how do I apply it to my Crucifier? Well, what we're going to do is we are just going to minimize this because it doesn't matter. Actually, before I do, note I am using a character that has the skills to use this. I just go over here to my Crucifier, and I right-click on here, and I go bonuses from ship, Tengu, 5 links. Because I have the mind link here, and because I have this character here, and this fit the way it is affecting me as such. So let's fuck with things. Let's turn something off. So targeting 283. Well, let's turn off the recon operation. And why are you not updating? Okay, maybe that does something. Give me a second. Without skills. Why are you not updating? There you go. Thank you for updating. Okay, so you see how I turned the skills off, targeting's down. All of the things that this affects are now diminished because of it. So I'm going to turn this back on, and a whole bunch of stuff will change over here. Effective hit points went back up. Shield resistances. Effective hit points went up because of shield resistances going up. And then all the info link stuff happened, which made this go up, etc. I've got a higher scan res, got better sensor integrity here, better targeting range, etc. And I didn't show info previously, but this shit here, this changed all the information in here. So yeah, this is the very, very basics of EFT. So it's 15 minutes. That wasn't bad. It's more than 15 minutes. It's late. I can't count because I'm terrible at life. Are there any questions at this point now that I've gone through what I've gone through? Sir Kai Sirius says third-party tool means other corp has your API info. That is okay. The API info that they have is just my character sheet. So like I showed you on the when I opened the window and I showed you the predefined thing, it's just your character sheet that they have. And because literally everybody in the game with a brain uses EFT, the odds of anybody actually even knowing about that and or looking at or caring and or 0 fucks given, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So yeah, this is EFT. You can download it by going to generally the top one is the thing. Grippin is the author. He is the fucking man. If you click this, you're dumb, and it takes you to like a hosting site with all of the fucking worst things forever. If you click the alternative mirror, you will see that this opens in a web page that's not available because it's in the bottom down here. See it's downloading over here? Yeah. Easy as that. That is how you download it. If you don't have it, you should get it right now because this is the shit. You can set up all of your things according to your actual skills in Eve without spending a cent. And you can set things up like super, super tight. Let's see, like this. Like a Talos is not set up here. Must have done it on a different computer. Okay, let's do solo.
Which brings me to my EFT tip. If you set it up in a Dropbox folder that you have linked on both computers, you'll have it'll work wherever you have your Dropbox set up.
Oh, that's smart. Look at you being clever and shit.
Yeah, that pretty much goes for anything. I do my password manager thing. I just put it on Dropbox. It's like never have to remember anything again.
Yeah, but not all programs will work. But EFT is one of the ones that will.
Yeah, it depends how the program works.
What? I am fairly certain my fit. I'm totally opening my fit in-game. Actually, right now, for real. Okay, that's the low slots. What's here? Shield center twos. Oh yeah, I'm dumb. Okay, so I do have an overclocking on. Oh my god, double click harder. Oh, it's a large. I'm stupid. And here's the trolliest, most best fucking Talos fit ever. Love this fit. I completely didn't talk about charges. Cool, so this is how you change charges. Right click. You've got your options here. You've got the T1 charges, which are bad. You've got your faction charges, which is basically what you'll use all the time for most things. And then you got your T2 charges, etc., etc. If you want to change all your guns at the same time, you click the top one, hold shift, click the bottom one, right click, and they all go.
That's new. It used to be just all in one menu.
It used to be all in one menu, and it was the
was
worst
all
thing forever. Twas the worst thing forever. Oh, I'm missing drones. Warriors, because warriors the best. Oh god, the ship is so naughty. Fucking ganked that stabber last night. Super excited about that. Anyways, that is that's EFT. If there are any questions, just ask on the forums in the tutorials and questions section, and people will answer you. And I know there's a ton of things that I've missed because this is actually a really awesome program. Like things I would not have, thought to tell you, like the recently used list or something like that. Like that's a great addition for Frank. So the final thing I'll say before we go is that if you save this shit and then you close EFT, I make no promises it will remember anything that you have here. If you close it here, that now commits it to memory. And then you close EFT, and then it will be able to be searchable the next time you open it. So, that is that. Shut the recording.